everybody, this is Sky, and I will be actually reading a creepypasta this time. Yeah, it's something new I'm trying out, where I'm actually trying out a schedule once. Alright, let's start. This is LSD Dream Emulator. There are many creepypastas that I found the first LSD Dream Emulator creepypasta that I read, and it's actually my favorite. Alright. A few years ago, while searching on the X board 4chan for paranormal or creepy games, I came across an obscure Japanese PlayStation game called LSD Dream Emulator. Despite the game releasing in extremely limited numbers, many websites had it available for download. Naturally, I downloaded it, converted it, and started playing. Unfortunately, the ISO was corrupted or incorrectly ripped, as I couldn't get any further than the title screen, but when I did, all I saw was a mess of color and strange fuzzy sound like radio static. I tried re-downloading the ISO multiple times, trying it from different websites, but every single one was the same: strange colors, fuzzy static sound. I tried posting questions on various gaming sites, but hardly anyone had heard of the game, and even less had played it. I learned that the game had a cult following, both here and in Japan. I finally found a small Yahoo fan group dedicated to the game. I posted a question asking if anyone had managed to get the game working emulators, and a few days later I received an answer. Hi, I was one of the members of the RIP group who released the LSD RIP. We managed to successfully rip the game, but we never managed to get it working on emulator, only the original hardware. By this point, I had practically given up on it. I didn't have a PlayStation console, and my attention span was short, as long since moved on to other things, like diversion and humanity. Then, earlier this year, LSD was released on the Japanese PlayStation Network. I remember how much I tried to play it, even browsing eBay a few times in a fake hope that cheap copies surfaced. So I made an account, bought a GPN PSN card, and purchased the game, and after downloading and installing I began playing it. The PlayStation logo came out as usual, but with SCEI instead. As it was a Japanese game, there was no copyright screen, but they had removed it from several other games as well. The intro video started playing after that. Different color words bounced across the screen, spelling out linking the Sapiens Dream multiple times. Apparently this is what LSD stood for. I pressed the circle button and the game went to the title screen. There was no press start screen, it just went straight to the screen with 4 or 5 options: start, save, load, and options. Above start, there was a line of text telling you what day you want. It displayed a day 01. I chose start. One thing I learned from the Yahoo group was that the first day always started in a Japanese house with 3 floors. The contents of the house were random. The entire game was played in the first person view. I walked along the hallway I started in. I walked into a bookcase and the screen faded to white. That's the strange thing about this game. You can interact with anything. Walking into anything moves you to a new area, which the game's called linking. The white faded away and I was in a field. I couldn't see very far into the distance because every area had fog a few feet ahead of you. The graphics were also basic, with most having no texture to them. I walked onwards, eventually bumping into a tree, which sent me to another area. This time, things had gotten a bit more sinister. I was in a dark city, standing on a metal pier. A boat loomed in the fog out on the water, and lampposts lit the street. I walked down into the road and came across alleyways. Graffiti covered some of the walls, strange multicolored eyes staring out at me. Then I heard a noise and a scream flashed away. I turned around. Just behind me, a man had appeared. He was wearing a grey hat and a long trench coat. He was walking slowly towards me, almost gliding across the ground. I tried to walk backwards to get away, but my controller wasn't responding, and he was getting closer. A split second, 2 red dots glared out from under his hat. Then the screen flashed again. this time I was back in the house. Something had changed though. Ooh, the textures of the walls were replaced with pictures of real violence, women being raped, children torn apart, cannibalism, torture, a Japanese man breaking his own fingers with a hammer. As I moved throughout the house, the pages slowly began getting worse, but the music began distorting and slowing down. The corridor was longer than it was before, and it was getting darker. I knew what was and he was. I moved onwards, the ball rising in my throat and fighting an urge to vomit. As the pages began escalating to terrible levels of obscenity and violence. A few steps forward, a man removing a young boy's legs, a few more, a pregnant woman cutting her own fetus out, further still a gang of men cut a cow to pieces, wrapping the internal organs around their bodies. Closer to the end, we were being forced to eat the corpse of a child, vomiting as they eat parts of him. Finally, I reached the end of the corridor. The screen faded to black and line test a bit. My screen, a link. oharaweb.weebly.com/lsdgmn.com. I wrote the link now quickly, and a few seconds later, again faded to white again. I related and returned to the title screen. This time the status said DDAY00. I chose to start again, but game wouldn't let me continue. I restarted PS3 and status went back to a day 01. Before I played again, I tried the link. It worked and a page came up. Filled with Japanese writing. Further down the page, there's a picture of the grey man as he normally appeared. I can't read Japanese, but one of my friends, a fucking TD. Hold on. The page glitched out. Hold on. Give me a moment. Give me a moment. Lived in Japan for a few years, so see what's a page came out through Japanese writing. Further down the page there was a picture of the grey man as he normally appeared. I can't read Japanese, but one of my friends could. He lived in Japan for a few years, and so he could speak and read the language fluently. I copied the writing down and called him up. After he showed up, I spent a few hours telling him what I want. Obviously he didn't believe me, who would, but he still agreed to take a look at the writing on the page despite several tries. You know what, I'm actually going to press on the link. Skip this out. Wow. Okay, I got the link a little bit. I don't know what the fuck is over there. Hiroshima, he lived in Japan for a few years so he could read and speak the language fluently. Okay, alright, and he then suddenly told me what he handed it back to me and sat down on the couch. He said nothing for 5 minutes, then he told me what he said. If you're reading this, well done, you have seen the man as he is. What he did to me as I slept, as I dreamed his dark nightmare. You've also seen it. Those violent images were him. He had no form, only a dream man. He caused all this, those events in the images. He took those innocence that possessed them, he made them do it. Made me make that game. Great, as he finished. Great, what the fuck? As he finished, he stood up with his coat and said, whatever you saw about the saw in the game, don't tell me anything about it. Then he left, and next week he went back to Japan. I can't touch it on my console today. I destroyed the PS3 and okay. I destroyed PS3 and replaced my computer. A few weeks after he left for Japan, I got a call. He had killed a woman, then committed suicide. The woman he had killed was Sanu Sato, was the lead designer on LSD. If you guys are wondering, this game actually doesn't look like even nearly as violent. Okay, creepypasta. Alright, we'll start. Alright, so, the website, yeah, all that shit. Skip this that. It actually is a picture of like the grey man, whatever. Look at that. But the part is, look at this shit, like, I don't want to put it in the Google Translate or all, but whatever. It actually does work though, honestly, but I do not know why there's a guy's face over there, but Great, it works. Powered by Weebly. Yeah. Alright, bye.